Now I'm working on cremating the goats. I got all the other goats inoculated except for one. I think that's the right word. Inoculated! Watch YouTube red flag me for saying that. If you haven't watched the previous two videos, basically, I came home to 4 sick goats, 3 dead goats, and 2 missing goats. And I've only been gone for 7 days. David doesn't give a crap. He doesn't, I don't know. I try to have a good attitude. You know, when I started this 7 years ago, 2015, I was very optimistic. As you can tell, my optimism is next to nil. My optimism is about the level of David's productivity. Little to none. At this point, my optimism extends to the hope of finding someone who is reliable that I can make my new business partner. I got options. You know, I got money, I got options. My north neighbor wants to buy me out. I can sell this place in a heartbeat. I got a friend in Texas who would love to have me move down there and help her out. You know, she's gung-ho, proactive like me. And she can't find any reliable help. I just don't want to go all the way to Texas. And to be honest, she's a little bit mentally unstable. She's not horrible. She's actually getting better as she gets older. But she's one of those ethical vegans. So she's not all right in the head. I mean, I agree that it's good to be, I don't know, maybe 75% vegetarian or vegan. And if you look at the original vegans, they actually were non-dairy consumers. Because really, dairy's not the best for you. I still... Scared me. I still eat dairy. You know, I'm not a vegan. I still eat meat. You know, so that would be a clash right there. If I did go to Texas, she would try to get me to not eat meat, and she might even be mean about it because she has a mean streak. And it is her property. And that's the other thing I worry about, is she might try to dominate me. Because when... Hopefully that wasn't a chicken, but it's just probably a bird. When I was helping her with her property in Chicago, trying to get it ready to sell or rent, she was really hard to deal with. So I'm kind of reluctant to use that option. I like her, you know. If she wasn't so hard to deal with, I'd actually be interested in dating her. But, because we actually met on the Dateline, and we were courting each other, but it just didn't work out. We were drawn to each other, but we'd have to figure out how to work past our differences. And I think I can do that easier than she can, to be honest. But she is, or would be, loyal. There's no doubt about that. She's not like these modern women where you can't trust them. And she's hardworking, you know, she busts her butt like I do. She just can't find any reliable help. So, you know, that would be a good option if we could get along. I just don't know if we could get along, to be honest. Not doing too bad. It's actually doing better than I expected. Let's throw some more garbage in there. So I got that option. I also have an associate. She was with Prairie Creek Village before it fell apart. It was a sustainable community too, but it was just as much as or more of a mess than this place is. But for different reasons, which I won't get into. It's very complicated, but this woman was trying to help fulfill the owners and the founder, trying to fulfill his dream. But it just really never happened. I mean, they were successful for a little while. She showed me pictures and everything of what they had at one time, and they was really doing good. But then something happened and it all fell apart. And I guess they just didn't have a stable foundation. And I know it's hard to get a sustainable community to work. It's kind of like, trying to live with a bunch of family members. I don't know how the Mexicans do it. Man, I don't know how the Mexicans do it, but anyway, I can't seem to find anybody reliable to come here and help. So I might as well go find another community to join them, or just give up on the idea of a sustainable community. But with the way the New World Order is and all their stuff I'm not allowed to talk about because YouTube will censor me and shut me down. I've already had several accounts deleted. I'm trying not to get this one deleted. I got a freedom fighter profile for that, channel for that. And I expect it to get deleted. And when they do delete it, I'll just create another one, because I've already deleted 3 or 4 of my channels now. I'm on my 5th channel for that. Well, my original channel, I had like 1,000 videos on it. Unfortunately, I had all my videos on it. I had my free food and medicine, foraging for wild edibles videos on there. I had my real estate videos on there. I had my IT business videos on there. Freedom fighter, I think I might have already said that. My farm videos, everything was on that one channel. And when they shut me down for censorship, they shut down everything. And that was in 2017. So I haven't hardly made any videos since. And the videos I have made, I didn't go and edit them and make them all fancy like I was doing before, because why? They're probably just going to get deleted or censored anyway. So screw YouTube. So enough of that. So I don't know. I got those 2 options. There's a lot of sustainable communities out there looking for reliable people. So maybe I just need to start calling around and interviewing them. Be like, hey, mine didn't work. Maybe I'll come join you and help you with yours. So I do got a girl down in Branson. She's got a couple kids, 3 kids, I think. She wants to come up and help. I'm not getting my hopes up, but she seems, spunky and good-spirited and motivated and all that stuff. But then again, so are the other people. And then they got here and just sat on their ass. Or they did like when I had the half dozen people here, they actually did some stuff. We got some stuff done, and I actually, was motivated to do stuff again because it seemed like stuff was getting done. Not like I really wanted to, but but we were moving in a positive direction. Slow, but we were moving, right? You got to start somewhere. Got to start in granny gear before you get into second, first and second gear going up a hill, right? So, I think we got it out of granny gear and got it up in the first gear. So I was getting excited, and then it fell apart. So I've pretty much just been left to my own insanity, trying to do the same thing over again, expecting different results. But I don't know. Maybe this new girl might be what I'm looking for. Maybe she's got business partner potential. Maybe she's business partner material. One can only hope. I'm not looking for relationships, so I'm not even interested in that. I don't even care about a relationship anymore. I'm just waiting for a Cherry 2000 to come out. But anyways, I'm serious, actually. I'll be first in line for my Cherry 2000 when I can afford it. But anyways, I'm done with relationships. Most women aren't reliable in or out of relationships. And it seems like most guys aren't reliable anymore either. This guy was supposed to come up this month to grow food, and he quit responding to my calls and texts. And he's a no-call, no-show. But the month's not over yet, so we'll see. I just sent him a text. I got it on my other phone. My phone was about to die, so I put it on the charger. But the smoke is blowing in my face. I quit smoking in 2007. I can't handle that. But anyway. I don't know if my current company goes to Texas for Midwest Regional. I might have to go over the road in order to get to Texas. And I don't want to go over the road with these guys because they like to go to the East Coast. And I don't like the East Coast. I didn't sign up for that. So, yeah. But I don't know. Prepper's not exactly stable. But then again, maybe with my help, she might be stable. I don't know. She's actually eating eggs now. She finally realized that being 100% vegan isn't as healthy as she thought it was. But anyhow, I'm just waiting for the fire to go down so I can go to Cindy's house and do paperwork. I gotta do, I gotta get my taxes in order before next month. She's got my filing cabinet. She's been helping me keep my papers in order. So I'm gonna be over there a lot this weekend trying to get that finalized. So hopefully, maybe I can get that up to my accountant Monday. Because I'm not going anywhere Monday. I gotta make sure I give the goats their medicine Monday. Because I can't rely on David to do it. Oh, I forgot there was cans in that trash bag. Oh well. I was like, what the heck? And I was like, oh yeah. But anyway, I don't know. I try to be optimistic. It's just so difficult anymore. So difficult. Thank God those babies are old enough to eat grass now since their mom died. They don't really eat grass, they eat weeds. But they will eat grass as a last resort. If I stay here, I got to get more goat yards done because I can't rely on David to do it. I'm going to have to hire somebody else to do it. David's cost me more money than my ex-wife did. But anyways, yeah, maybe, this new girl would be helpful, reliable, trustworthy, dependable. Maybe business partner material. I'm not getting my hopes up. She's got a lot of Pisces in her chart. She's probably not all that stable. But we'll see. We'll see. If she even shows up. Half the people are no call, no show, and then the other half that showed up, they don't work. Or they barely work. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm just fencing more or less right now. But I got money, I got options. My neighbor wants to buy this place, so I can sell it in a heartbeat. But I gotta have some place to move all my crap and my animals if I don't sell them. And like David said, he's afraid to move over to that other property because the trick is 10% owner in that other property, and he'll come over and vandalize everything. But he's pushing 70, so he's not going to be around much longer. So I'm looking for potential business partners to help me buy out the other property owners in that other property, because I'm only 10% owner. And if we could buy out that other property, then, maybe I'll have somebody who is financially invested, who will actually give a shit and actually do something. Maybe. That's not 100% either. Or, I don't know. I might just, I don't know. I can't really sell it. That's the problem. The only way I could sell it is if somebody's interested in doing the trick, stupid psychic buried treasure hunt, which is a bunch of crap. And nobody's going to pay me what I got in it. Even though the land's more valuable right now. So my other option is just either maybe go back to the city or get a small whatever, maybe build a house in Kaplinger. I own that lot in Kaplinger. Maybe build a house there, move all my crap there, and sell this place. And sell the goats. And I can't move the chicken coop because it's like Fort Knox. It's not going anywhere. But I could take all this fencing over there and maybe have a couple goats. But I won't be able to rotate them because it's only a lot. It's not very big. It's like maybe a half an acre. It might be 1 acre at best. He's been trying to pounce on her since all day. I don't know if he's horny or if he's just messing with her. Anyway. So I got that option, you know. My mom keeps talking about coming down, but actions speak louder than words. I don't think she's coming down. Just like everybody else, she's pretty much all talk too. My dad would actually be decent help, but he's not interested. He's held me straight up. I'm not into that. My brother would be decent help, but I don't know that I can trust my brother. So that's the problem. You know, trust. I mean, David's trustworthy. I trust that he's not going to rob me, but I also trust that he's not going to do what needs to be done around here. You know, he's just not reliable. Trustworthiness is, I think, his only quality. I mean, he's smart, but he doesn't apply himself. What was that guy's name? Tony Robbins. He says, knowledge without execution is worthless, or something like that. He said, execution trumps knowledge every day or any day. It's on my website. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, you know, you could be smart as a whip or whatever they call it. You could be a rocket scientist, but if you don't do anything with it, what good is it? You know? And David's got all this knowledge that he's collected from all these places. Most of it's hearsay evidence. He researches a lot of stuff, but he doesn't really know whether or not it really works, right? But then I try to get him to apply it, because that was our arrangement when we signed up for this deal. You know, I'm an over-the-road truck driver. So the arrangement was, he grew up on a farm. He has, you know, he's stronger than I am. He's smarter. Well, I don't know if he's smarter than I am, but book smart. He's book smart. Smarter than I am, right? He's got all this so-called intellect and wisdom and experience, he claims, because he grew up on a farm and he had goats. I don't know why he can't take care of these goats. He had goats his whole life. He should know what to do. I shouldn't have to babysit him. He should be babysitting me. But it's not that way. But anyway, so our arrangement was, I got the good paying job. I make $1,000 a week. Before I was paying child support. Now I'm not, right? I bring home the bacon, and he takes the bacon and applies his my bacon to his wisdom and make things happen around here. 7 years. It's been like pulling teeth to get him to do anything. He hurried up and got this yard done. But that back fence over there on the east side, he did it half-ass. I think the rest of it's pretty much good. And then it took me, I think, 3 years to get him to do the second yard. And of course I helped. But I just couldn't get him to do it. I even offered to pay him to do it, and he still wouldn't do it. So 3-4 years, we finally got the second yard done. You know how long it took us to get the third yard done? Well, we still haven't got the third yard done, let's put it that way. 7 years. And he harped on me. He was like, oh, we got to have minimum 3 yards, right? He was adamant about it. Minimum 3 yards. All right, fine, cool. We got the first yard done. 3 years later, got the second yard done. Where's the third yard? You know? So I got another guy. If I stay here and I keep doing this, I got another guy I'm going to pay to come in and do the job. He's not cheap, but he does really good work. So basically it'll cost me $3 a foot to get the job done. So, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. And if I'm going to raise goats, I need fencing. And we were letting the goats out and letting them forage out in the wild for their food, but one of the new neighbors is growing a specialty hay, and he doesn't want the goats over there eating his food. I mean, his grass, his hay. So, and I understand that. So now we got to lock the goats up. And so locking the goats up requires you to be more attentive to them because they're more likely to have problems. And again, I'm on the road, right? Now, it used to be I was on the road for 3 weeks at a time, and then I'd be home for a week. Now I'm home once a week, right? Well, David let over half of our goats die because he wouldn't give them the medication that they needed way back when I was gone more often. Cost me over $1,000. And now, I'm home every week and I'm still got problems because he doesn't want to do his job. He doesn't want to do his part. And all he has to do is look after them, look in on them. He's like, oh, this morning, I screenshotted the text. I'll attach it to this video. But this morning, well, I came back and checked on the goats around 10 o'clock because I got home about 10 o'clock, right? Maybe a little bit before that. I don't remember. I got up. I was in Springfield. I delivered in Springfield yesterday, and I couldn't legally make it home. So I stayed in Stratford yesterday. Then I got up this morning and drove home. So 7, 8, I don't know. Maybe I got here around 8, and then I did my paperwork. And then I came back to check on the animals because that's usually the first thing I do when I get home. I come back, check on the animals. I walk the whole property sometimes and check everything because I want to keep tabs on where we are, what needs to be done, da 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 da. As the leader, so to speak, of my whatever this is, I don't even know what this is anymore. As a businessman, as an elder, as a leader, as a tribe member, if you want to call this a tribe, people should be walking around and taking notes of what needs to be done, what needs to be addressed on a regular basis. And that's the first thing I do when I get home. I walk the perimeter, check on all the animals, check on different things, make sure everything's copacetic. Well, I went down. I don't know if the chickens were out or not. Yeah, I think the chickens were already out. Okay, so yeah, David already came down, checked on the animals, right? Supposedly. He let the chickens out, took care of the cats, supposedly checked on the goats. So the first thing I did was I went down to the chicken yard and was working on the goat food blend and getting that all prepped and ready to go. And then I got some goat food to bring down to the goats. And I was going to refill their beehive, the deer feeder that I bought for them. Actually, I bought it for the chickens, but I got a bigger one for the chickens because David wasn't refilling the beehive on a regular basis like he was supposed to. So I just got a bigger one so I could just address it when I got home because David doesn't do his job, right? So I come down to fill the beehive. That's what I call it. It's the 50-gallon or 5-gallon deer feeder, automatic deer feeder. And I see that it's already full. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm getting ready to change it over to the other yard because the plan was this weekend we'd move the goats to the first yard. And then I see that something's wrong with the goats, and I'm like, what the fork? So that's got me basically distracted, and I've been back here all freaking day pretty much, taking care of and looking after the goats. So my whole day was pretty much wasted because David didn't do his job, and I lost 3 goats, and we almost lost 4 more. And now I'm exhausted. I had to jab my freaking goats in the neck with a needle and inject them with medicine. But we would have had to do that anyways. But if we would have caught this sooner, I wouldn't have lost my prize goat. That pisses me off. And 2 of my female goats, which pisses me off too. Ugh. So sometimes I wish the New World Order would just kill me and get it over with. Put me out of my misery. I'm ready to reincarnate or go to my next whatever it is I'm supposed to go to. Heaven, hell, whatever the fork I'm supposed to be doing next. I'm done with this shit. I'm ready. Take me. Take me home. Reincarnate me. Do whatever the hell. I don't know. I don't know that we're going to go to heaven after this. I don't know that we're going to get reincarnated. I don't even know if there's really a hell. Actually, sometimes I think we're already in hell. Now that should be good for now. I've never had a fire burn out of control that was in a barrel like this. You know, it's down below the ring. It should be fine, but I worry too much. So I think it's good. I'm gonna go to Cindy's and do paperwork. Actually, maybe I'll just, I don't know. I'm just really pissed off right now. But I'll be back down to check on the ghosts tomorrow. I gotta run. I hate being dependent on people. My pickup trucks are both broke down, so I have to rely on David for his pickup truck tomorrow. So I can't cuss him out and, chew him out because I need him tomorrow. I ain't got anybody else. I ain't got a pickup truck. I ain't got nothing. Both my pickup trucks are broke down. So I'm just going to deal with this the best I can and figure out what the fork I'm going to do. I just can't do this anymore. I got to find a replacement for him. I got to get rid of him. He's like my friend says, our relationship is like a bad marriage. It pretty much is. You know, he's a worthless business partner who doesn't do his part. It's kind of like my ex-wife. She was semi-worthless. I mean, she was more productive and more proactive than he is. If I had to choose, I'd take her back any day. But not as a wife, though, because she cheated on me. I can't trust her anymore. But as a business partner, she'd be more trustworthy. Well, I don't know about that either. Nah, I wouldn't take either one of them. Fuck it. But anyways, yeah, she wanted to be my business partner when I was doing real estate and I had an IT business. So I was like, all right, here's some things that I need to be done. That was, things that were more, maybe not so much her field of interest, but, things that she can handle, fairly easy stuff. She couldn't do it. And then, or she didn't want to do it, one of the two. Then Terry came along, and he didn't even ask me to be business partner. He just asked me what I needed done, and I told him, and he did it. I taught him the IT business, and he practically surpassed me. I mean, he's humble, so he doesn't even think he's better than me, but he thinks I'm a better IT guy than he is. And I think he's a better IT guy than I am. Frogs. But anyways, so we're both, humble in that respect. But anyways, he just came along and did the work. He was trustworthy. He was loyal. He was dependable. I didn't have to ask. I didn't have to twist his arm. I didn't have to beg him. He just did it. and went beyond the Call of Duty. And so I made him my business partner. Boy, she was pissed. She was pissed. So he's still my business partner to this day, He knows most of my passwords. He manages one of my bank accounts. I'd trust him to manage all my bank accounts, all my money. That's why I'm debating maybe I should just go back to Kansas City and go back into the, I'm starting to get my mojo back. Maybe I should just go back into the IT business and just do the aromatherapy and say to hell with the rest of this shit. But if I can find a reliable person like Terry to help me with this, I'll keep going. Terry's not really interested in doing this, but he is into the natural health. In fact, his wife has MS, and he's actually exploring this new venture that might help her, which is really cool. But anyways, I don't know why we can't find reliable people anymore. It's just crazy. So, yeah. And the third David, he never joined us because his wife doesn't like David Ray, and now I know why. I don't know if I necessarily like him anymore either. Half our friends don't really like him, they just deal with him. Or they don't respect him. The ones that do like him don't respect him. Because he's just a bum. Like one guy was going to come down and invest in the property and the project. And he basically backed out and said, you literally have a bum living in a greenhouse full of dead plants and trash. I was like, well, that's why I'm looking for other help. Because what I got sucks. But, you know, I'm gone. I'm gone for a week at a time. I got to have somebody to look after things. If I let him go now, what do I got? You know, people can come in and just rob me blind. So, yep, that's about the only thing he's good for is a guard dog. Because, like I say, he's trustworthy. But other than that, he's pretty worthless. He's pretty worthless. I've been waiting, you know. He's been supposed to have been working on this fence here, this yard, for a year now. He never finished. I ended up setting 2 or 3 of the corner posts. And he was supposed to finish, but he never did. So then I got started on this yard up front. It's a really small yard, but I'm thinking about having it as like a corral yard where I run them through there to when it's time to test them and give them their medicines and stuff. So I'm thinking about having this front section for that. Or even just a sale yard for putting the ones I plan on selling. I don't know. But anyways, I don't know. I just can't get shit done around here. I don't even know why I keep trying. And now I'm sore. I've only been home for 1 day and now I'm sore. Usually it takes me 2 to 3 days to get this way. So anyways, I gotta go. Oh, real quick. Show you my banner. I'm already at 42 minutes. That's my freedom banner to pretty much show my support for the Canadians and the other people fighting for freedom, because I'm a freedom fighter too. So, yeah. This is my mom's car. She brought it down so I can use it since both my trucks are broke down. I think she felt guilty because she broke one of them. But, you know, her boyfriend's got 2 cars and a pickup truck, so they're not hurting. All right, goodbye. I'm driving right now. I'm on the way to Cindy's house, but I just realized something. You know, David doesn't even have a truck. It's my truck. You know, he don't even have a driver's license. Of course, you don't have to have a driver's license in order to travel, because legally or lawfully you have the right to travel. You don't need their permission. But you know, he let his driver's license go last year. He can't and won't get his own vehicle and get it tagged and do this other stuff. So he acts like he's all Mr. Free and Independent and blah, blah, blah. But really, he couldn't do shit without me. You know, you would think he would respect me more and he would do what needs to be done around here. But he's just a freeloader. He acts like a welfare recipient. He's always preaching about hand-ups, not handouts, and people living off of welfare and all this other stuff. But that's exactly what he is. He's exactly what he preaches against. Or, you know, he's the opposite of what he preaches about. He doesn't practice what he preaches. It's just a deflection. You know, and now I understand why his mother wanted to get rid of him 10 years ago. 9 years ago. Well, I'm sure she wanted to get rid of him before then, but basically he came down in 2013. I came down in 2012. And we met through David Irish, and David Irish said he was trustworthy and blah, 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 which He is, but that's probably his only virtue. I really can't think of much else that he's actually really good for, to be honest. And people have been telling me to get rid of him for years. People have been curious why I keep putting up with him, why I have him around. They don't understand. Part of it was because he was my friend and I kind of feel sorry for him, but he was more helpful. He was more reliable. I can't say he was super uber duper reliable. But every year it's just less and less and less. But he acts like he rules the roost. He acts like he's the boss. He acts like he runs the show. And my biggest pet peeve, well, not my biggest, one of my biggest, is like he's got all this knowledge and wisdom, but he doesn't apply himself. He won't apply it. He just talks about it. He talks all high and mighty, like, oh, I'm so great, I'm so wonderful, I'm so God-like. You should bow down and worship everything I say. But he doesn't actually do anything. And then, oh, this really pisses me off. So I'm like, he won't do it. So somebody's got to do it, right? So I do it. And then he comes behind me and goes to preach from his high castle as to how I get it wrong. It's like, motherfucker, I'm the one paying all the motherfucking bills, and it's his job to actually do the shit while I'm on the road. And he don't do the shit, I got to. I don't know why my message to my dispatcher won't go through. It's like he blocked me or something. Or maybe that's not his number anymore. Maybe he changed his number. I don't know. I need a new dispatcher. My dispatcher sucks too. Not as bad as David, but he still sucks. He's not a very good dispatcher. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll just get me a new dispatcher too. Maybe I just need to get a new life. Anyways. I just thought about that though. It's my fucking truck. I don't need him. I'll just tell him, well, I need the truck. And I could just take it because it's my truck. It's got my tags, my license. Everything's in my name. My insurance. What do I need him for? Fucker. I'm pissed. I'm just pissed. And for good reason. Rightfully so, whatever you want to say. But, I don't know. Anyways, I'm at Cindy's. Alright, bye. I just realized with all the hustle and bustle, I forgot to bring the medicine bucket back up to the cat house and put it away. It's almost midnight now. I was in bed and I was sitting there thinking about stuff, and then I realized, oh crap, I left the syringe with medicine in it, I think, and everything right there. I was like, ah, damn it, I gotta go back and get that, especially before it rains. There's a bunch of stars in the sky, so I don't think it's gonna rain tonight, but I don't want to take that chance. I was talking to a friend tonight. You saw the video of me driving over to Cindy's. I was talking to her tonight. She was talking to somebody, or she was talking about somebody who she said had it all together. And I was like, I wish I had it all together. She goes, are you kidding me? I was like, what? She's like, she said something about me having it together, and I'm like, I laughed at her. She goes, what, you think I'm joking? And I was like, no. I just thought it was funny because I didn't agree, you know. She's like, you have it together. She goes, you have a really good paying job, or you make good money, you have good ideas, you got vision. You try to make your vision, you try to put your ideas into play the best that you can. She said the only problem, which I don't think is the only problem, but probably my biggest problem, is she says, the only problem you have is you have someone who is incompetent running the place for you while you're gone. Because I'm an over-the-road truck driver. She said, if you had somebody better in replace of him, or if you was home more often, you'd be more successful. So that's what it boils down to, is I just got to get rid of David. He's not getting any better, he's only getting worse. He's a mistake. He's smart, book smart, but he doesn't apply himself. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I think too highly of him. Maybe I think he's too capable, or more capable than he really is. But like another thing we was talking about was the problem with intellectuals is they're lazy. And that's basically what it boils down to, is he's an intellectual and he's lazy. Can't get him to do anything. Can't get him to accept accountability for the things that he won't or don't do, or even the things that he does. He's like a woman. He can't accept accountability. Not a woman, a lot of modern women. And probably a lot of modern dudes too. So he just doesn't accept responsibility for his actions. It's like after the goat incident, I stayed here and took care of things and blah blah blah. I pretty much spent my whole day dealing with his neglect. And he just acted like it was my fault or my problem. And he ran off to play with his friends and go eat at grandma's. Of course, somebody else paid for it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have went. And then sends me a text message. Oh, they got meatloaf at grandma's, because he knows I like meatloaf, right? And he didn't even he told me the other day he was going, but he didn't tell me that's what he was doing today, until I didn't even know that's what he was doing until he was already there. But I probably should have known. He told me the other day, but I forgot. So he had this planned, but yeah, he just took off and let me deal with the problem, which in some ways is fine because I'm here, but I feel he's equally or more responsible than I am for the situation. Like I said, I don't know if I said it in this video or a previous video, but I saw symptoms last week when I was here, but I didn't know what it was. It was just had, eye boogers. So, I wouldn't say excessive eye boogers, but more than normal, right? Yeah, at least I didn't burn the place down. It looks like the fire did good. I'm gonna go check on that real quick. Mimi, you're under my feet. I know you want attention, but I ain't got time. Yeah, and that's another thing. I ain't got time to pay attention to my cats. They want my attention so bad. And I don't got time to pay attention to them because I'm busting my ass every time I come home. Mimi wants attention so bad. Yeah, I knew it would be fine. It's still smoldering. Looks like it's not done though. I'm gonna have to do it again. Are you under my feet? This is Mimi. At least the cats do their job. God, this place would be a nightmare if they didn't do their job. I hate mice. I think I hate mice more than I hate ticks. Ticks. I don't like them either, but the chickens do a good job of keeping them down. That's the main reason why I got chickens. And, well, cats. I love cats, but that's the other reason I have cats. Oh, there's the syringe. Oh, I never even tied this off. I'm as bad as David Ray. Damn it. I'm sore from earlier. I'm tired. Yeah, I was gonna try to catch her again, but I never ended up doing it. So, yeah, how am I gonna do this? Alright, I'll stick this in here. Now, at least the syringe. Not Mimi, get back. Get back. Gotta get this right in the hole. I don't want to make the hole bigger than it already is. Mimi, stop. There we go. Alright. I don't want to hurt you. And I don't want to make a mess. And I don't want to hurt myself. Alright. That'll work. I'm not too concerned about the goat food, but I probably should go ahead and take it up too. Not that there's a lot there. Those frogs sound freaky. Yeah, I did it with one hand and a pinky. Alright. problem is I can't find reliable help. You know, I should probably join somebody else or find a new I can't even find a new business partner. I mean, I got a few people who are somewhat interested or said they were interested. The guy was supposed to show up this month who quit returning my calls and texts. He said he had the flu, which that was like 2-3 weeks ago. But I think that was bullshit. I think he just lied to me and then ghosted me like a woman. So, never to be seen or heard from again. But yeah, I only sent him like 3 or 4 messages after that. And he didn't respond, so I just quit sending him messages. Not back to back, they were a couple days apart. I know better than that. But yeah, before he was responsive. So I was kind of shocked that he just ghosted me like that. I assume he found something else, but he didn't want to be a man about it and say he found something else. He just said, yeah, I'll blow this guy off. So maybe I dodged that bullet, you know. Maybe he's not what he said he was, you know. But it makes me feel inadequate, I guess, or whatever, because it's like I can't get decent help, and people that might be decent help don't show up, and the people who do show up aren't decent help. So either way I can't win. Alright, I'll deal with this tomorrow, because I'm gonna have to do something with it later anyways. But it's late. I'll just stick it back here so nothing can get to it. And I'll deal with it in the morning. Hey, Fluffy. Fluffy girl. Mimi says, hey, that's my attention you're giving her. How dare you give away my attention? Anyway. So I'm going to go look at some used goat corral chutes. That'll help me medicate the goats easier when they need their medicine. And if I do stay here and I do keep doing this project, or even if I keep doing ghosts but I go somewhere else, I could take it with me. But, you know, I'll have it. And I'm thinking maybe I'll make that yard up front, that little tiny one, just for that purpose. It's not tiny, but it's not all that big. Oh yeah, Sarah's Jeep. I gotta get that out of that yard too. David said his truck can probably pull it. My truck, but you know what I mean. I paid for it. Yeah, and that's another thing, you know, it's like when he first came down in 2013, I let him use my everything. My pickup truck, my equipment, my trailer, a lot of stuff. And I gave him 10% of my paycheck. And he had a year, that was his deadline, to get his own transportation. 5 years later, I finally had to take my truck away from him. He had ran it in the ground. But that's partly my fault because I didn't hold my ground. I didn't stand up to him and say, look, you had a year. You know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, I don't know if it was right before or right after I took my truck back. He ended up acquiring a truck. I think I felt a raindrop. It's a good thing I got that in just in case. Anyways, he acquired a truck. I think he worked it off or something like that, you know. Bartered labor for the pickup truck. And he had it hauled over to our mechanic friends. And it's still sitting there. He never earned the money to pay for John to fix the truck. So it's just sitting there rusting. And I mean, I got junk trucks here, but I use them for spare parts for my current truck. You know. And yeah, I need to tell Sarah she needs to come and get her stuff because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. And I'm not taking her stuff with me wherever I go. I'll let the next person deal with it. If she doesn't come get her stuff, then it's not my problem. Yeah, she's another one that showed up and didn't hardly do anything. She did okay with the first year. Then after that, she was just like, but she found this guy that she was smitten with, and she thought he was gonna rescue her, blah, blah, blah. And after his divorce was over with, because his wife actually cheated on him or whatever. Long story. It wasn't exactly cheating. Well, basically, they were in a poly relationship, and then she basically dumped him and went with the other guy and girl. So, anyways, so she was just waiting for his divorce to be over with, and she thought they were going to be together. And that didn't work out. So, but she basically burned her bridge here. I don't think I want her back either, because she basically was like David. All she was good for was a guard dog. She didn't hardly do shit. Just like the rest of them. I don't think I've had a good one here yet, to be honest. Her and Xavier did some stuff the first year, but then after that, I don't know. I don't even know why I try.